people's sport, the crowning glory, the ultimate test.
The culmination of what players have been playing for all year.
From the Grand Prix onwards, it's preparation for the Worlds.
The Slam and the Players' Championship finals, you're showing the world, you're in form, you're ready, potentially can be world champions.
They're running out of chances. European Tour's finished, the Pro Tour's finished. You've got to get your form going now.
Everyone's up in their game.
Let the games begin. Let the best man win. Pure theatre. Pure dance!
Don't matter how you get through, just get through. A lot of people want to win, especially me. We're all top players now. What's gone before won't be remembered.
It's a breath of fresh air with some of the new players.
We are getting to the business end of the year. The rewards are huge.
Big tournaments need some big showings from big players in the coming weeks.
Contenders at the World Championship, you can't look beyond obviously Luke Humphries, Luke Littler, Michael van Gerwen. Even though the form's mixed, you're going to expect a big tournament from him. And I wouldn't be surprised if Gary Anderson had a decent run there as well. The Dutch duo Wessel Nijman and Jan van Veen, they're playing to a serious level, and you can't ignore the stats they've been putting in. They'll be going there full of confidence.
Whether it's Mike De Decker or Michael van Gerwen, Luke Humphries, we're all going to challenge each other.
Oh, I think that's wide open field at the minute, especially with how well everyone's doing. As a darts fan, I hope someone like Peter Wright wins it. I know he's not been in the best of form, but the comeback would be amazing to see.
I think there's a few players that can do it. I think Mike De Decker now could do it. Ross Smith, Ryan Searle, Chris Dobie. You know, all these heavy scorers. I think for me, I noticed that to be a world champion, you need to have that heavy scoring ability. I really do. It's quite an open world championships, and you know, anybody can win.
Ahead of the World Championship, a couple of the big names who obviously everybody will have their eyes on. Luke Humphries, the defending champion. Michael van Gerwen, three-time champion. It's fair to say Michael's not at the top of his game, probably not where he'd want his B game to be at the moment. If anybody knows how to win and how to perform on the biggest stage, it is Michael, and I know he's working very hard to get himself back to where he wants to be ahead of Ali Pali.
Michael van Gerwen is genuinely a legend of, I don't think he's just darts, he's a legend of sport.
When he started in 2012 doing fantastic things, darts just blew up in Holland, and the last 10-15 years has been crazy.
Michael van Gerwen stands on top of the world of darts.
Fair play to Michael. The amount of titles that he won, it's amazing.
He won everything, and he was a force to be reckoned with, still is. He works harder than I know anyone does in this game.
It's on. Double 12. Magnificent Michael van Gerwen.
Standing on them stage in front of all the thousands of people, every time he gives me a boost.
This is something really special, and I'm just enjoying every moment of it.
To win in that was always nice. It's only 6-7 minutes from my house, so that was a big win for me. It was a good one to win for me.
Double 14. And MVG to lift the title on home soil.
He is a guy who saved this sport in his home country. Raymond van Barneveld put it on the map. The TV companies were losing interest until Michael van Gerwen came along. He saved darts in the Netherlands.
That's why you're seeing good talents as well now coming from the youth system in Holland, because of what Michael and Raymond have done over the years.
If I can inspire other people, then so be it. It's good for the sport.
That was awkward. He really is frustrated with that.
Michael's 2024 has been a real mixed bag. With some nightly wins on the Premier League, but he obviously disappointed to relinquish his title. But overall, I'd say he's been pretty disappointing this year, and I think he'd admit that himself.
He has beaten him again. Rob Cross hammers the defending champion.
He's not been at the races here and there. Could never write that guy off because he still wins tournaments and he's still up there with the very best in the world.
Holland darts Masters champion.
To play like that for the rest of your career, virtually impossible. He's had a wee bit of dip, but he'll come bouncing back like he always does.
Of course, my game is still not there where I want to be, but we're getting there, and I think as long as you believe they can do it, I think anything is possible. Darts is in a good place now. A lot of different winners all the time, and I think that's not good for me, but definitely good for sports.
While he isn't at that very, very top level right now, he's still competitive. In his own words, he's playing rubbish and he's still world number 3. Pretty good, isn't it?
Getting into the business year, do you know what? I'm expecting some big performances from him at the World Championship. I'm expecting him to have a deep run. There'll be a lot of regret from the way he was eliminated last year at the World Championship match against Scott Williams.
Scott Williams produces a shot off the sporting Richter scale.
You never know what happens. It's sport, anything can happen. I've won everything, I've done everything, but I still want to do it again, and I think I can show some nice things in this World Championship.
I think Michael van Gerwen needs a strong end to the year.
The Grand Slam of Darts takes place every year in Wolverhampton. It's a 9-day event with 32 players, most of whom qualify because of their performances in other TV events throughout the year.
You've got some of the best players in the Professional Darts Corporation, the top elite level, but you've also got players from the second tier system, the Challenge Tour. You've got players from America, from Asia, from the Women's Series, so you do get a real mix. But you qualify by winning titles or getting to televised finals, and that means that if you do not have a good 12 months, then there's a very real chance you'll miss out on the Grand Slam, and with a huge pot of ranking money available, it is one that all the best players want to be at.
Anyone asks me my favourite tournament, it's always the Grand Slam, Wolverhampton. You know, I just love the tournament. I did play in a couple of finals. It'd be nice to lift it.
One of the things about the Grand Slam is that we've got group stages. 8 groups, 4 players per group. That means that even the very best players in the world are vulnerable.
If anyone told you they enjoyed the group stage, they got to be lying, you know. I don't enjoy it, it's cutthroat really.
Once you get out the group stage though, the format does increase, longer format, and that does lend itself to the top players really flourishing. And that's why we've not seen many players win this title over the years, only 8 different winners over nearly 20 years of playing the tournament.
It's so cutthroat going through the groups for everyone, you know, it's tough.
Peter Wright, we know he's out. And what a performance from Roby John Rodriguez. He's caused a real stir here. He's beaten the defending champion.
Michael Smith bows out.
And Michael van Gerwen is out. And the reigning Grand Slam champion is out. Luke Humphries is out.
By the time the group stages had finished, there were only about 6 of the top 16 left.
The standout story was Luke Humphries getting knocked out in the group stage. I think that was a shock to everybody, a seismic shock. No one expected it.
Humphries, Van Gerwen in particular, both going out at that stage was a big surprise.
The best player in the world is out. I think anyone now will be thinking, what's standing in my way to win this?
The group involving Rock, Nyman, Van Veen and Bunting was absolutely exceptional. There were ton-plus averages galore.
Jan van Veen has won one of the most breathtaking games of darts the group stage at the Grand Slam has ever seen.
And Wessel Nyman averaging 107 plus for the tournament and not winning a game was an amazing story.
Players like Ed House, Wattimena, Ryan Joyce, Mickey Mansell, Martin Lukeman, Mike De Decker. They're coming out of the shadows now. They've delivered on the Pro Tour in recent years, and now they're showing that they can mix it with the big boys on the big stage. It's career changing for a lot of them.
What format are you playing here?
Just 170 equal darts, 6 darts at it. If I can't hit that, then I'm out of business. So.
Cameron's doing well. He's been playing super this year. I feel I have a good chance, and I'm sure Cameron feels the exact same.
I think right now the twos are buzzing for what we've done, and I'll say Mickey's been playing better out of the two. It's a great chance for one of us to go and have one of the best runs of our career.
Only Rob Cross has a higher percentage checkout ratio than this man in this tournament. One more leg of darts. And Mickey Mansell masters the mercurial menses. This coolest of customers in the end had the class.
Hey, Mickey.
It's been a brilliant week, Cameron. You've been brilliant. You've been brilliant.
I'm really looking forward to the game against Martin.
Yeah, I've got confidence, but another way of looking at it, he's going to be out for my blood. But I've got to do what I've got to do on that stage, as simple as that. to the quarterfinals 3 times now on telly. Yeah, it mean the world. Wouldn't it be even better though?
It is the year of the underdog in professional darts, and Martin Lukeman knocks out the world number 4, Rob Cross.
I ain't won a title yet. Pro Tour, nothing. I've been finals, semi-finals, finals. Just ain't happened, but hopefully Sunday.
I told you I'll be never in doubt, son. Never in doubt, never in doubt.
Woo, baby!
The darting year of the underdog continues, but tonight some of the biggest names in the sport return to this stage and looking to get a step closer to the Grand Slam title.
You still play your own game, and when you do that, you can beat everyone. You can beat Little as well. He's not unbeatable, so I know what I can, and I know I can beat him as well.
Longer format tonight, so I'll have to get off to a quick start. But if it's not to be, there's plenty of legs to be won.
The machine gun versus the nuke for a spot in the semi-finals in this tantalising half of the draw at the Grand Slam of darts. Littler is rampant tonight. That is the heaviest defeat in the quarter-finals of the Grand Slam. Brilliant from Luke the Nuke Littler.
Yeah, so happy to win that one.
I'm really looking forward to it. No, Jan's been absolutely fantastic this tournament. Another fantastic young dart player on the scene.
I haven't played a bad game in this tournament yet, so every time I stepped onto that stage, I felt great, I played great, so gives me massive confidence going in tonight as well.
The Flying Scotsman, just good enough to defeat Jan van Veen.
Gary Anderson, he loves this tournament. It is such a romance. And who's to say that he can't go all the way? I know it's going to be so difficult against Luke Littler in that semi-final. It is set up so beautifully.
I've realised I'm too old for this now. Yeah, sit in.
That half of the draw was so unpredictable. The only people who thought Mickey Mansell would play Martin Lukeman in the semi-final were probably Martin Lukeman and Mickey Mansell and their families. But it's been a great story, and one of them will get through to the final.
Good to go, huh? Yeah. As good as it needs to be at the minute. it doesn't need to be perfect at the minute. We're not going to win a game at 12:10.
51.
Huh?
51.
You what?
51. About 104,
Yeah.
105 years. Yeah.
Probably days.
Luke Littler and Gary Anderson, two exceptional darting talents, a clash of generations, and it'll be fascinating to see who comes through there.
What do you make of Dad's performance last night?
Quite good.
Quite good for an old boy, eh? Yeah.
Everyone deserves to be here today. They've all played very well and done the right things at the right times in excellent fashion.
Well, quite simply, the biggest day of their darting lives, and quite probably the chance of a lifetime in their darting careers. He's the first qualifier to reach the Grand Slam final, Martin Lukeman.
Love it. Get in there, boys. Hey, one more. You never know.
There's an awful lot of talk about how Luke Littler's going to deal with the occasion. But what an opportunity for Gary Anderson as well.
These two great dartists have gone toe-to-toe for 30 legs. The incredible Luke Littler has reached the final of the Grand Slam of darts.
Oh, big win. I just can't believe it. From trailing 5 legs down, I just knew I had it in me to come back.
I knew I could come back from 4 or 5 legs down, and that's what I'd done. I had to dig deep one last time, so now we're just looking forward to the final.
Feeling good, but still a long way to go. I can't be giving Luke head starts. That boy's awesome.
I know he's come through a very tough field, not tougher than my side of the draw. I'm sure he'll be up for it tonight.
2 minutes, gentlemen.
You know, we've both got one game to go. He might have a little bit of a blink and I've just got to jump on it.
It is the Watford Warrior versus the Warrington Wonder Kid. The Eric Bristow Trophy on the line. His age means nothing. His talent can win anything. Luke the Nuke Littler has won the Grand Slam of darts for the first time.
Obviously, I was 2-0 down. I thought I was in a really good game. I just said to myself, just keep going now, pile on the pressure. And I think I piled on as much pressure as I could, and Martin, he did fall off and I took full advantage.
Well done.
God bless you.
See you later, thank you.
It's a massive victory for Luke, isn't it? He came here under a bit of scrutiny after a few first-round exits, but he's been brilliant throughout. He had those epic wins against Gary Anderson and Mike Dedeker, and he's now up to world number 5 in just 11 months. He goes off to Minehead now. If he can win that, he might sneak into the top 4. So it's an incredible rise, but a brilliant performance this week, and he's a deserving champion.
Get in! You let me know when you're home.
Yep. Adios.
In a bit. There, boys. Take care, mate.
The last 12 months has seen the emergence of a superstar in this sport, Luke Littler.
The kid that can do no wrong wins again.
He should not be this good. It is freakish, the things that this lad has been doing. He has just walked into this game as a child and battered people, the very best on the planet, out of the way over and over again.
Luke Littler is just continuing that rise.
I think no one expected it 12 months ago that for him to be where he is now, first year, full year on tour. It's unbelievable.
He's 17 and he's on a different planet. The way he's been playing for the last year is just incredible.
A year ago, he won the World Youth Championship final.
And Luke Littler is the world's youth champion.
He then went to the World Championship, where he went on a sensational run.
Luke Littler by name, but right now arguably the biggest name in world darts.
I was happy winning one game, but I could nearly go all the way.
He blitzed through the draw, got to the final.
A star is born.
It's crazy. I can't believe what's happened over the past 11 months of my first year on the tour. But I'm just taking every opportunity that it comes, playing on the big stage. So yeah, I just enjoy it.
He's been nothing short of amazing all year. The Luke Littler effect, you know, everyone aspires to be like him, and who would blame him, you know, he's an amazing talent.
Is there anything this young man can't do?
He's really helping the sport grow even bigger than it's ever been.
I don't think the sport has had this many eyes on it probably since the 80s when bullseye was a massive thing.
A sensational story. It is a dream debut in the desert for Luke Littler.
He was then put in the Premier League and we're all thinking, is he ready? Well, he proved he was ready.
Tops. He has done it. Luke Littler, the 17-year-old phenom, is the Premier League champion.
One thing I just want to say for all the doubters, hello! I've just picked up this! You're not doubting me anymore!
His talent under pressure, you know, we all can feel the pressure sometimes and it just doesn't look like he ever does.
Can he? Can he?
Yes, you beauty!
Luke Littler has hit a 9-dart finish in the final of the Premier League of Darts.
There's obviously pressure and there's nerves. It does take a few legs to get into the game, and if there is nerves there, I just say, come on, win one leg, win 2 legs in, you'll be fine.
Talent through the roof. That was Michael Van Gogh 20 odd years ago.
I just admire what he can do for such a young age. Hats off to him, and I'm just curious what the future is holding for him.
He's had to deal with a lot of things, hasn't he? Because he's been a massive centre of media attention, but whilst doing that, he's been winning darts events.
And Littler has his second World Series title of the year.
And Luke Littler has entertained us quite superbly here tonight.
Obviously you want to win a tournament before the World Championship,
Luke the Nuke Littler has won the Grand Slam of darts for the first time.
But it's all preparation for the big one.
We've seen what he can do, we've seen it at the Premier League, we saw it at the Grand Slam, and that's how dominant he could be, and he could dominate this sport for years to come.
I think we all expect him to be a major challenger and probably in the final again at the World Championship.
Darts is in an unreal place. It's just gone bang.
His talent can win anything.
We call it the Luke Littler effect, but it's not slowing down at all.
The World Youth Championships become a bit of a showpiece in darts. They always have it on the same weekend as the Players' Championship finals. It will only be the final, that's how they've done it. The early rounds have already been played. It's a prestigious title.
The World Youth Championship's always a really important moment. Obviously the standard of player that's won it in the past, what they've gone on to achieve.
Luke Humphries!
The amount of young players who are not only utterly brilliant and capable of being World Youth Champion, but capable of winning senior events. That number is growing, and it's growing every year. We seem to be getting a world-class player, minimum one, coming through the youth ranks and establish himself on the PDC Tour. Keane Barry was perhaps the first of the influx. Jan van Veen, Wessel Nijman, Luke Littler, who everybody knows, of course.
And Luke Littler is the World Youth Champion!
So Van Veen this year will fancy his chances, having been in the final before. He's up against his compatriot, Van der Velde.
Yeah, of course, it was very nice to play in that final last year against Luke Littler, which I narrowly lost. I'm just happy to get another chance this year playing Jurjen van der Velde, which should be a great game, and hopefully I'll be lifting the title this year. With players like Josh Rock and Luke Littler, they didn't participate in this tournament, but still they're fantastic young players. It's a very difficult tournament to win, and to be in the final is an achievement on itself, but of course when you're in the final you want to win it.
Played, I think, a few times against each other, but already when we are 50 or 16 years old.
No Dutch player has ever won it, so it's quite big news in Holland that at least one player is going to win it, but yeah, we'll see tomorrow who wins it.
I got a lot of people from the papers and in the Netherlands the last 2 weeks, and I never had it before. It's a big happening for the Dutch darts.
I'm not going to say it's as important, but let's see who's good in the arcade between you.
Good luck. Good luck, mate.
Time's up. What did you hit? Entering the next level? I didn't make the next level. Are you in an arcade hall all the time? No. Nope. No! No! Yeah! It's close. It's going to be a 6-5 tomorrow. That close. Unbelievable. Okay, so it's a decider. Winner takes all. One game of arrow kick. Yeah! Gets in. Well, you know, this is good fun, and especially the arrow kick. Still tired. Jurjen van Veen.
Jurjen van der Velde, World Youth Championship final.
"128 players started with a dream, and we're down to the last two at the World Youth Championship final. The established Jurjen van Veen looking to go one better than last year, and this young man, Jurjen van der Velde, who won the JDC World Championship as a 17-year-old.
Van der Velde is on the finish. This is for the title.
Nerves and pressure. Last dart in hand. He saves his skin in the final for an unlikely win.
Oh, this is the beginning. Oh, what a dart! Straight in the ball.
And Jurjen Van Veen is crowned the World Youth Champion. Absolute heartache and heartbreak for Jurgen van der Velde. He was on his knees in disappointment.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jan Van Veen!
I've come close last year, but this year was my time to win it. And I really feel for Jurgen, you know. Of course he wanted to win this title, but it was more on the line for him to qualify for the World Championship, to maybe keep his tour card. And I knew that, so maybe that's why he missed a couple of match starts, but that's why he was so emotional in the end. The first final on TV that I won, so it really gives me confidence to go into the next one, the World Championship, in a couple of weeks, and then hopefully a lot more to come next year.
He's still waiting for that first senior title in the PDC. He came so close to getting it earlier this year, missed a dart to beat Michael van Gerwen in a European Tour final. But his numbers, the one-off displays that we've seen from this lad, the ceiling of performance is so high that you just feel that it's a matter of time before he starts winning things.
He's going in one direction, and that is only up the rankings, and he's going to be challenged for some major honours over the years, I'm sure.
There are a couple of hugely exciting young Dutch talents in the world of darts right now. One of them is Wessel Nijman, the other is Jan van Veen, and I think both of them could be the future of this sport for the Dutch.
Steve Beaton is one of the all-time greats. A lovely man, a thoroughly decent man, and a terrific darts player.
Steve Beaton, ladies and gentlemen.
He's been around for 20, 30 years now. He's loved by everyone. He's an absolute gentleman, a real ambassador for the sport. He's had some great moments, and I think he'll have a lot to be proud of when he looks back on his career. He's not going to hang up his darts yet, but he's someone we're sorry to see leave the PDC.
How you doing, right? I'm 60 now, so it'd be nice to be home for a change, really. I mean, I'm away half the year most of the time in hotel rooms and that lot, so I'm hopefully going to wind it down a bit. Right. When I was a kid, I started playing for the local pub, and then I started playing for county. I was trying to get in the England squad, which was a very hard thing to do because England had a good side then, and then I finally did, and that was it.
Can you remember your first match as a pro?
First TV one was, I think, was like a double diamond one back in '84. Then the News of the World I played in '87. I didn't really play it in the World till '92. I think '92 was my first one. Then it grew and grew from there, really. I mean, Eric was my idol back in the day, and it was great to meet him. And, you know, he was my England captain at one stage. We were always good friends, played golf a lot together, and I've been very fortunate that I've met all the players virtually through the years.
Steve Beaton, he's probably been around 40 years. Still could do it. I think he could still do it.
I can remember being at Lakeside watching Steve Beaton in the final when he won it. I was playing darts, but not at any standard or anything. I was one watching him.
I remember watching him beating Phil Taylor in the Grand Slam. I was jumping all around the room.
All the years that he's played, he's still got that lovely smooth throw, and he's one of the legends of darts.
I can't believe the audiences we're getting now. You know, 10,000 at the O2 and all that lot. The standard and the quality now that we've got is, you know, unbelievable, really. I've been all around the world. I've been fortunate. I've even met the Queen. I've been to Buckingham Palace. There's loads of things that I've done, you know, and if somebody said, would you change your life? Wouldn't change anything, really, and I've been very fortunate.
He used to be my bogey player. Last time we played, he actually battered me, so maybe he still is.
Steve Beaton has been deadly.
He's exactly the same now as what he was 20, 30 years ago. You know, lovely, lovely man. He laughs, he just gets on with everybody, and he's still a cracking dart player.
He's always got a smile on his face, those big pearly white teeth. Doesn't get upset about anything. He's a great character.
I don't even know why he's retiring, to be fair. Yeah, no, we're going to miss him. The lads are all going to miss him, and I just hope he has a very successful senior tour.
Those of us who remember him playing and winning the World Championship in 1996 remember him when the hair was longer, the mullet was magnificent, and the moustache was a slightly darker colour. And every time we've seen him doing well in the latter stages of his career, it's made people of my age feel that little bit younger. So thank you, Steve, and all the best in your retirement.
Yeah, gone quiet in here now. Oh, dearie me. Oh. Jesus.
Just for a bit of a laugh, all the lads have dressed up as 1980s retro Steve Beaton. He was a bit embarrassed then, but no, it's all good spirit.
They caught me right out. I didn't know they were going to do that at all. So yeah, it was one of them memories that I remember for a long time, yeah.
He's loved by everyone, and to see all the players make the effort of putting a Steve Beaton shirt on and getting the wigs and everything, it must hit him a little bit, I would think, but it was great to see today.
The tribute that's been paid to Steve by some of the players this morning and people on social media, it's a sad day, I'm not going to lie, we're all a bit choked up. We're going to miss him, but we wish him well. Today's Players' Championship 30, the final Players' Championship or floor event of 2024.
Ultimately, these guys want to be winners. 128 of the best darts players on the planet come here every time we do this. Only one walks away as a winner.
There's so much going on, not just someone looking to get £15,000 in ranking money, but there are people trying to make the Players' Championship finals at Minehead, and a lot of people are trying to get themselves in a position where they can save their tour privileges for 2025.
For me, it's big to try and keep that #1 seed. It's the last Pro Tour of the year. I'll be focused again, as I normally am, and hopefully I can get the job done.
Is this the end for the bronzed Adonis? The Pro Tour career of a genuine icon of this sport comes to an end here at the Mattioli Arena. His legacy will endure.
There are a couple of last chances. He could qualify for the World Championship. They're difficult ones to get to. I think that's probably the end of an era in darts. The sexiest man in world darts is gone.
This time Johnny Clayton is just a little bit too good.
Smile on my face. It's anybody's now.
Clayton and Rock have played world-class stuff today, and you've got to win 7 matches to win these titles. It is very, very difficult to go and do that game after game after game. Some players seem to get the formula, and Johnny Clayton and now Josh Rock look like they've got it down.
Who wins? Josh Rock. He's going to get a dart for the title. Tops, and he gets it. What a match.
It was obviously a fantastic finish, but I had to refocus, and I did. It was long all day, but I'm out the winner. I'm happy.
It's been a captivating 30 events over the course of 2024. The big showpiece in Minehead is going to give us some more stories again.
The Players' Championship Finals is the big season-ending tournament after all the floor events, the Players' Championship events.
From Butlins, Minehead!
At the end of it, the top 64 performing players on that series all come to Butlins, Minehead to play one big TV tournament. It's a major in its own right, but being the last big event before the World Championship, it is the most significant sign we get about who's in form and who's a real threat to go and win the Sid Waddell Trophy on January 3rd. Gary Anderson has had big runs here and then become world champion. Adrian Lewis has done exactly the same. And MVG is the man who's dominated this event, as he has so many over the years. 7 times he's won it.
A couple of years, you know, Michael van Gerwen won this event, almost won the World Championships. I won this event last year and I did win the World Championships. It stands you in good stead, whoever does win this tournament, and definitely gives you good confidence going into that World Championship.
The #1 seed is out.
Carnage, utter carnage.
Another shock there. They're all capable because they played on the Pro Tour all the season.
Big names going left, right and centre. Bunting and Dobie, the top 2 seeds, went very, very early on. Gary Anderson beaten by Ryan Meikle. Michael van Gerwen annihilated by Ian White. And yet, despite all that carnage, the 2 Lukes are still going. They are on a collision course to meet in the final.
In the year of upsets, don't be thinking it's just a foregone conclusion. We're going to see that Luke Humphries versus Luke Littler final. It's going to be an exciting climax here in Minehead.
I will be playing Mike Decker in the quarterfinals. Looking forward to it. Played at the Grand Slam, had a good game, so I'm sure it'll be the same this afternoon.
I'm looking for another major, so yeah, it would be nice to beat Luke and win the competition.
Recent form from both, the expectation is high for both of these 2 players.
Fantastic performance, and Littler breezes through to the semi-finals.
Not bad.
My history in this event hasn't been very good, to be fair. It's probably the furthest I've ever been, I'd say, but hopefully I can kick on now.
I've been playing so much better this weekend, really happy with
how the darts are going, and I'm just pleased to be here on the final day like everyone wants to get to.
This could be explosive, this one. Ross Smith, one of the biggest 180 hitters in this sport. It is another absolute battering that Ross Smith has dished out here in Minehead.
Played Scott a few times. I know he's a good player. I need to be good to beat him.
I have played dirt before. I've won, he's won. It's not going to be a whole new ball game for me.
Van Duijvenbode is really firing, is certainly good for the professional game. And that shows you just how much it means to Dirk van Duijvenbode.
I'm playing Ryan Joyce. We've had a couple of decent games already this year in the European Tour, and then I think Ryan will be wary of when I'm at my best. I'm kind of a hard player to beat.
I have to go back quite a few years. The last time I beat him when he wasn't so good as he is now. So I know it's going to be a really tough challenge.
Luke Humphries moves on. He'll play Dirk van Duijvenbode.
Brilliant set of quarter-final matches. Not all of them close, although Dirk van Duijvenbode's victory over Connor Scott was absolutely enthralling. So we got the two best players in the world, the two Lukes, and two of the biggest scorers we've ever seen in this sport, duking out in the semi-final.
Can Ross Smith produce an upset, or can Luke Littler reach his second big major TV final in the space of a week? To finally get the job done, he was pushed all the way by a valiant Ross Smith.
These two had some real high-profile tussles. They generally go the way of Luke Humphries.
The title defence is still alive, 6-2 down, and wins 11-8. The two best players on planet Earth go head-to-head.
I've always said I wanted to retain one of the titles that I won, and this is one that's a good one for me because it's like a European Tour sort of format. The more tired I get, the better I get, to be honest.
Be made up if I left Minehead with another trophy. It's a good place for myself, so hopefully I can win tonight.
We've all been looking forward to this one. The world champion, the world #1, against this prodigiously talented youngster. Outstanding performance from Humphries.
It's coming back home, baby. I said I wanted to retain one, didn't I? I didn't manage to do the Grand Prix, but it's a nice way to bounce back. I'm just going to take what I can at the moment, try and win as much as I can, and see where it takes me.
Both of these guys are going to the World Championship. They will be the two favourites. I don't even know who's going to be the favourite to win the title. Luke Humphries says it might be somebody else who wins it, but there'll be a lot of people that think that Ali Pali and the Sid Riddell Trophy, it's going to belong to one of the Lukes. Cool hand, with the confidence that comes of reaching the pinnacle of his chosen discipline. Luke Humphries is the greatest darting force on the planet right now.
Luke Humphries going into World Championships is going to be full of confidence. He's added the World Match Play to his title haul.
Everything is so open, like we're getting people that have won majors that a lot of people wouldn't have tipped to. So to be as dominant as he has been in the space darts is in now is so impressive.
It's been the most incredible 12 to 18 months in my career. I've won a lot, but I've also made a lot of finals. Got myself to world #1, world champion, and then 4 of the majors along with the World Cup. Hopefully I can carry it on and continue it in the future and keep competing for many more major titles.
Luke Humphries just showed his class. That's why he's one of the top players in the world.
Ha ha, look at this. This for the championship. Luke Humphries is the World Grand Prix champion. And he should milk this moment for everything it's got, because that was a performance of a lifetime.
The 12 months or so that Luke Humphries produced once he became a major champion is right up there with Taylor Van Gogh. The big ranking events, he was winning pretty much all of them. And if he wasn't winning them, he was in the final, missing darts.
Double 16.
And it is Luke's cool hands that will lift the Eric Bristow Trophy for the first time in his career. He is the Grand Slam champion.
He virtually dominated the whole year. He's obviously worked very hard to get to where he is. You can only admire that. And again, he's a true professional and a proper gentleman.
It's not a show he puts on. Backstage, he's nice. On stage, just a very good, nice person.
He has won 6 sensational legs on the spin to win his 3rd major title.
You draw similarities to what Phil Taylor done and what Michael van Gerwen done when he was at his best, and it'd be interesting to see if Luke can have the same sort of longevity as those other 2 great players had.
The ascension is complete. The world #1 for the first time is world champion.
I want to maintain this level and I want to get better. I want to win more major titles, so to do that I have to work harder than ever.
He is a brilliant spokesperson for the game. He understands the responsibilities that come with that, and they are responsibilities not only to take seriously, but he carries out with aplomb.
Luke Humphries wins it! Unbelievable from Coolhand! The first world #1 to claim the match play title since Michael van Gerwen himself 8 years ago.
I'm not one of them people that tends to big myself up a lot, but not a lot of people have achieved what I've achieved. 8 or 9 major finals in the space of 15 months, which is something that's really, really tough to do. There's only ever been 2 that's done that so far, Phil and Michael. I'm sure Luke will do that as well, but it's a small little acute players that have done it.
The superstars have delivered.
Outstanding performance from Humphries.
So consistent over the last couple of years. He can win everything all over again if he wants.
My season has gone well this year. Probably not won as many major titles as I wanted to, but if I go into that World Championships and I win that, all will be forgiven.
He plays well more often than not. He's had a few dodgy games, but generally he performs at a top level, and I think being first night on Ali Pali won't bother him. He'll be looking forward to getting back there and picking up where he left off last year.
We're here in London for the World Championship draw and obviously the media day.
This is now like an elaborate show before the draw. There used to be me, Webby, Emma and someone giving us a bit of direction, but now this is amazing.
We play this sport for one reason, that's to be world champion. This is the big one and we all want to win it. It just changes your life. It changed my life, it can change somebody else's life, it's changed other people's lives in the past.
It's not just an tournament. The people are always happy. Everyone wants to watch darts. I think the whole combination, is good for the sport of darts, and especially around Christmas time, everyone want to watch it.
If you could just take a step to the left for me, please.
Greatest time of the year. This is what all of us professionals we lead up to all year round. Obviously there's titles to pick up, but this is the main one we look at the back end of the year.
So we're doing 2 quick features, if that's all right. Luke, if you could ask Luke the questions and vice versa.
Hi, I'm Luke Humphries.
Hi, I'm Luke Butler.
This is Luke. Interviewing Luke.
This is a very important job for you to make.
What has it been like being world champion the last 12 months?
I've really enjoyed it. I feel like going into the Worlds now, my last memory is going to be of picking up another major title, so it's going to stand me in good stead. It's going to make me even more hungry now to go on and try and be back-to-back world champion.
Christmas is coming, and so is the darts. The draw for should be a magical few weeks. Luke Littler, he will face either Ryan Meikle or
number 56.
Number 56, Fallon Sherrock.
Honestly, it's fascinating, it really is, but it's hard for me to look beyond Littler or Humphries, the 2 Lukes that we shall see, but those, they're head and shoulders right now.
The 2 Lukes, of course, but you never underestimate the Michael Smiths and the Gezi Prices.
If we did pick up the title, it'd mean everything, but just focus on winning a few games.
There's not every day I'm going to have a chance to do back-to-back, I've got one opportunity here, I might never get the chance to do it again. To join that elite level of group of players would really mean the world to me.
and we can't see the two Lukes playing in the final this year. They're in the same
No.
half of the draw, so that bottom half looks wide open.
That's nice, they can knock each other out.
Lights out, all out.
See ya.
Darts is in an unreal place. It's just gone bang.
The people's sport, a crown and glory.
The world #1 is world champion. The Nuke has beaten them all.
Everyone's up in their game.
Stephen Bunting is a champion at last.
Yes, you beauty! Hello, you're not doubting me anymore.
Darts is in a good place now.
We're all going to challenge each other.
The superstars have delivered.
Pure theatre, pure dance! Simply sensational, Luke Littler.
Darts now, anybody can change their life.
Mike Dedecker.
Strange things are happening in the world of darts.
With a lot of good players, a lot of different winners all the time.
His talent can win anything.
We call it the Luke Littler effect, but it's not slowing down at all.
If I was a fan or someone at home that's watching that, I'd find that quite exciting.